You're not broken. You're just blind to the quiet war being fought inside her mind, and you're losing it without even knowing the rules. Let me say this straight, no sugarcoating. The biggest mistake men make in relationships isn't cheating, lying, or even ghosting. It's believing that love is enough. That if you're loyal, if you pay the bills, if you show up, she'll stay. But loyalty without presence? That's like giving water to a plant while keeping it locked in a dark closet. She won't die right away, but she'll wilt. Slowly, quietly, until one day she walks out and you're left staring at the door wondering, what the hell just happened? This isn't her being cruel. This isn't her being ungrateful. This is female psychology, wired differently than yours. And if you don't understand it, you'll keep making the same mistakes over and over with different women until you're 40, alone and bitter, blaming all women, when the truth is, you never learned how to truly connect. But if you're making even one of these 7 dangerous mistakes, you will regret it. Not maybe, not someday. You will, because these aren't small things. They're silent relationship killers. And most men don't realize it until it's too late, until she's gone, until the door closes, until silence is all that's left. So before you make another move, before you send that text, before you beg, chase, or shrink yourself again, watch this video till the end. Especially mistake number 7. That one? Every man does it. And it hurts the most. Not just her, you. It breaks your confidence, your pride, your peace. But here's the good news. You're watching this now. That means you still have time. Time to fix it. Time to grow. Time to become the kind of man she never wants to lose, or the kind who walks away with his head high because he knows his worth. So stay right here. Don't skip. Don't scroll. This might be the most important 10 minutes of your love life. Let's understand. Let's heal. Let's rise. Now understand. Why does this happen? Because society taught you to be strong, silent, and steady. To fix things. To provide. To protect. No one taught you how to feel with her. No one told you that for her, connection isn't about what you do, it's about how you make her feel. When you shut down emotionally, when you stop chasing her heart, when you assume, she knows I love her, that's when she starts questioning everything. Not because she's insecure, because she's human. And humans need emotional oxygen. Here's the brutal reality. Women don't leave good men. They leave men who stop making them feel alive. Men who become roommates with benefits. Men who forget that romance isn't a phase, it's maintenance. You think she doesn't notice when you stop looking at her like she's magic? You think she doesn't feel it when your texts get shorter, your hugs get colder, your attention gets split between her and your phone? She notices. Every single time. And each time, a tiny piece of her hope dies. I know what you're thinking, but I'm working hard. I'm sacrificing. Why doesn't she see that? Because effort is not equal to emotion. You can work 3 jobs to give her comfort, but if you come home too tired to ask about her day, too distracted to hold her hand, too numb to kiss her like you mean it, she'll start craving the man who does. Even if he has less money, even if he's worse on paper. Because for her, love is felt, not calculated. Let me break this down for you with something real. Imagine this. She had a rough day. Boss yelled. Car broke down. She texts you, today sucked. You reply, that sucks. You'll get through it. Then you go back to your game. She stares at her phone. Waits. Hopes you'll call. Ask. Care. Silence. So she calls her friend. Cries. Feels heard. Understood. Seen. Now guess who she's thinking about when she lies next to you in bed? Not you. The person who gave her what you didn't. Emotional shelter. This isn't manipulation. This is biology plus psychology plus years of conditioning. Her brain is wired to seek safety, not just physical, but emotional. If you're not the source of that safety, someone else will be. And when that happens, she won't cheat first. She'll disconnect first. She'll pull away, become distant, stop initiating. And you'll think she's moody or changed. No, she's grieving the man she thought you were. I'm not saying this to shame you. I'm saying this because you deserve better. You deserve a love that lasts, not one that fades, because you didn't know how to feed it. You're not weak for caring. You're not soft for wanting to be loved deeply. You're human. And right now, you're playing a game you didn't know had rules, and you're bleeding out quietly. But here's the good news. You can learn the rules. You can rewire this. You can become the kind of man she fights to keep, not the one she quietly lets go. Starting today. Now, I'm going to walk you through the first 3 deadly mistakes, the invisible ones that are killing your relationship from the inside. Mistakes you don't even realize you're making. Mistakes she's begging you silently to fix. And I'll show you exactly what's going on in her mind when you make them. Stay with me. This is where your comeback begins. Mistake 1, you stopped chasing her heart and thought loyalty was enough. Let me paint you a picture. 6 months ago, you'd drive across town just to bring her coffee because she mentioned she liked that one shop. You'd text her stupid memes at 2 p.m. just to make her smile. You'd look at her like she hung the moon, even when she woke up with messy hair and morning breath. Now, you're on the couch. She's in the kitchen. You don't even glance up from your phone. You think she knows I love her. But here's what she's thinking. Does he even see me anymore? Loyalty is the floor, not the ceiling. It's the bare minimum, the foundation. But women don't stay for he didn't cheat. They stay for he still chooses me every single day. When you stop chasing her emotionally, she starts wondering if you've checked out. And once that seed is planted, it grows fast. Suddenly, she's comparing you to the barista who remembers her order, the coworker who asks how her mom's doing, the stranger who holds the door open with a smile. Not because she wants to leave you, because she's starving for the feeling you used to give her and you stopped serving it. Female psychology's secret: she doesn't need grand gestures. She needs micro moments of being chosen. A random, "You looked beautiful today." A hand on her back while walking through a crowd. A pause in your game to ask, "Tell me what happened." That's all it takes to keep her heart anchored to you. Miss those moments too many times? She'll start anchoring herself elsewhere. Mistake 2, you confuse listening with fixing. She comes to you upset, voice shaky, eyes wet. You jump in. Here's what you should do. Just ignore them. It's not that big of a deal. You think you're helping. But what she hears is, your feelings are a problem I need to solve, not something I want to sit with you in. Women don't always want solutions. They want sanctuary. A safe place to fall apart without judgment, without advice, without being rushed back together. When you fix instead of feel, you send a message. Your emotions are inconvenient. And over time, she stops bringing them to you. She bottles them up, or takes them to her friends. And you wonder why she's distant or cold. No, she just learned you're not safe for her softness. Try this next time. Don't say a word. Just pull her close. Say, "That sounds really hard. I'm right here." Let her cry. Let her vent. Don't interrupt. Don't correct. Don't minimize. Watch what happens. Her shoulders will drop. Her breath will slow. Her eyes will soften. Why? Because you gave her what she needed most, not a fixer, a holder. Mistake 3. You let her become background noise in your life. You used to plan dates. Now you say, "We'll hang out soon." You used to remember small things: her favorite snack, the name of her childhood dog, the song she cried to after her first breakup. Now, you can't recall what she told you yesterday. You're physically there, but mentally, you're scrolling, zoning out, half listening. And she feels it, deeply. Here's what's happening inside her every time you look past her to check your phone. Every time you cut her off to talk about your day. Every time you forget what matters to her. Her brain whispers, "I'm not important to him anymore." And that whisper becomes a scream in her soul. She doesn't nag you to annoy you. She nags because she's screaming, "See me. Choose me. Fight for me." And when you don't, she starts detaching, emotionally, slowly, quietly, until one day, she's gone and you never saw it coming. Real story. A guy told me I didn't cheat. I didn't yell. I just stopped paying attention. His girlfriend left him for a guy who asked her about her art, something she hadn't talked about in years. Why? Because that guy made her feel like her dreams still mattered. Like she was still fascinating. like she was still worth knowing deeply. You don't lose her in one fight. You lose her in 1,000 tiny moments where you weren't present, where you assumed she'd wait, where you treated her like furniture, comfortable, familiar, but taken for granted. Let me be clear, this isn't about blame. This is about awareness. You didn't know. No one taught you that love requires daily emotional deposits. That presence is more powerful than presence. That being there means more than sharing a roof. It means sharing a heartbeat. And if you're hurting right now, if you're replaying memories, wondering where it all went wrong, good. That pain, that's your compass. It's pointing you toward growth, toward change, toward becoming the man she never wants to lose. You're not too late. You're just waking up. All right, we've just uncovered the first 3 mistakes. And if you're being honest with yourself, you've probably made at least one of them. Maybe all 3. But here's where it gets real. The next 4 mistakes, they seem small. They feel normal. Everyone's doing them. But trust me, these are the most dangerous ones. The silent killers. The ones that don't explode. They just slowly drain the love out of her heart. Until one day, she's gone. And you're left wondering, how did I not see this coming? So if you're serious about saving your relationship or avoiding heartbreak in your next one, watch closely. Don't skip ahead. Don't zone out. This is where everything changes. And hey, if you're new here, welcome. You're in the right place. We drop videos every single day about female psychology red flags most men ignore, the kind of woman you should never let go, and how to become the man she fights to keep so dear self of favor. Subscribe right now. Smash that like button, it helps more guys like you find us. And comment below, did you make any of these 3 mistakes? Be honest. You're not alone. Other men need to hear your story too. Let's keep going. Mistake number 4, it's about to hit hard. Mistake 4, you let her walk all over you and called it being nice. You say yes when you want to say no. You swallow your anger to keep the peace. You let her cancel plans last minute, snap at you after work, or ignore your needs because you think, if I'm easy to live with, she'll stay. But here's what actually happens. She loses respect for you. Not all at once. Slowly. Quietly. Like sand slipping through fingers. Female psychology doesn't reward doormats. It craves strength wrapped in kindness. When you have no boundaries, she doesn't feel safe. She feels confused. Her brain starts whispering, if he won't stand up for himself, how will he ever stand up for me? And that kills attraction. Fast. Real example, a guy told me his girlfriend constantly flirted with other guys, even in front of him. He laughed it off. Said she's just social. Inside, he was dying, but he didn't say a word. One day, she left him for one of those guys. Why? Not because he was better, because he had spine. He looked her in the eye and said, I won't compete for your attention. And that made her chase him. You don't need to yell. You don't need to control. You just need to say calmly, firmly, this doesn't work for me. That's not being mean. That's being a man who knows his worth. And women? They fall harder for men who respect themselves than men who beg for their love. Mistake 5, you put her on a pedestal and forgot you deserve one too. You treat her like a goddess. Text first every day. Plan every date. Apologize even when you didn't do anything wrong. You think this is romance. But to her, it feels unbalanced. Like you're trying too hard. Like you're scared to lose her more than you're excited to be with her. Here's the truth she won't say out loud. She doesn't want to be worshipped. She wants to be matched. She wants to look across the table and see a man who's full, not one who's empty and hoping she'll fill him. When you revolve your life around her, she feels pressure, guilt, even resentment. Because deep down, she knows no one can carry another person's happiness. Not forever. Try this instead. Have your own goals, your own friends, your own joy. Let her miss you sometimes. Let her wonder what you're doing. Let her feel the weight of your absence so she appreciates your presence. That's not playing games. That's having a life and inviting her into it, not building it around her. Women are drawn to mystery, not availability. To purpose, not desperation. The moment you become too easy to keep, you become easy to lose. Mistake 6. You chase her when she pulls away and push her further out. She gets quiet, distant, stops texting back. Your panic button hits. You double text, beg, ask what's wrong, promise to change. You think you're showing love, but you're showing fear. And fear? It suffocates her. Here's what's happening inside her head. When she pulls back, it's rarely about you. It's about her needing space to breathe, to feel herself again, to remember why she chose you. But when you smother her with questions and pleas, you take away that space. You make her feel trapped. And now, she's not pulling away to think. She's pulling away to escape. Female psychology's secret: space isn't rejection. It's recalibration. And the man who gives it calmly, without guilt-tripping, becomes more attractive in her eyes. Why? Because he trusts the connection enough to let it breathe. Because he's not afraid she'll leave. Because he knows his value doesn't disappear just because she's quiet. Real story. A guy's girlfriend went cold after a fight. Instead of chasing, he sent one message: I care about you. I'm here when you're ready. Then, he went silent, worked out, saw friends, posted nothing desperate. 2 weeks later, she showed up at his door crying, apologizing, begging to talk. Why? Because his silence made her face the truth. She missed him. She took him for granted. And he wasn't going to beg to fix it. That's power, not control, not revenge, just quiet self-respect. Let me pause here because if you're feeling this, I see you. Maybe you've made these mistakes. Maybe you're making them right now. Maybe you're replaying moments where you shrank yourself, swallowed your truth, or chased someone who stopped choosing you. That's okay. You didn't know. Now you do. And this pain, this regret, it's not your punishment. It's your fuel. It's proof you care. Proof you're ready to level up. Proof you're not the kind of man who lets love die quietly. You're the kind who learns, grows, and comes back stronger. Now I'll show you the final deadly mistake, the one that makes her regret everything. Then I'll show you how to flip the script, how to rebuild your confidence, how to make her see what she almost lost without saying a word, and how to walk away from lack toward a love that honors you. Stay with me. Your transformation? It's already begun. Mistake 7. You begged her to stay instead of showing her why she should. She pulls away, says, I need space. Maybe even, I'm done. Your heart drops. Your mind races. So you do what feels natural, you chase. You text, please don't leave me. You call, I'll change, I promise. You show up at her door with flowers, apologies, promises written in panic. You think this is love. But to her, it feels like weakness. Like you're clinging, not choosing. Like your world falls apart without her, which tells her one thing: you don't have a life worth staying for. Here's the brutal truth: begging doesn't bring her back. It pushes her away faster. Because desperation kills attraction. Every single time. She doesn't want to be needed. She wants to be chosen by a man who's whole on his own, who has purpose, passion, peace. Not a man whose happiness depends on her reply. Real story. A guy got dumped after 3 years. He cried. He begged. He sent voice notes pleading. She blocked him. 6 months later, she slid into his DMs. Why? Because he stopped chasing, started lifting again, launched a side hustle, traveled solo, smiled in his photos without her. She saw it, and it hit her like lightning. He's better without me, and that terrifies me. That's the flip. That's the power move. Not revenge. Not games. Just growth. Just silence. Just becoming so damn magnetic, she can't ignore what she walked away from. This is where you take your power back. Not by yelling. Not by manipulating. By mastering 3 things: silence, self-respect, standards. When she pulls away, go silent. Not to punish her, to heal yourself, to rebuild your energy, to remind yourself you are not defined by her attention. Let her feel the absence. Let her wonder. Let her miss you without you begging her to. Self-respect means walking away from disrespect calmly. No drama, no threats. Just I won't accept less than I deserve. And then you follow through, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts, because pain with dignity beats comfort with crumbs. Standards? That's your non-negotiables. Kindness, loyalty, effort, reciprocity. If she doesn't meet them, you don't lower them. You raise your bar and walk toward someone who matches it. Or better yet, become so aligned with your purpose, the right woman finds you. I know you're hurting. I know you replay every moment, wondering where you went wrong. I know you lie awake asking, was I not enough? Let me answer that for you now. You were enough. You still are. The problem wasn't your worth. It was your awareness. You didn't know how love works in her mind. Now you do. And if she left, good. Let her go. Not out of spite, out of strength. Because the man who chases lost love loses himself. But the man who focuses on his growth, he becomes impossible to ignore. She'll see it. In your posture, in your peace, in the way you laugh with friends without looking at your phone, in the way you carry yourself like you belong wherever you are. And when she does, she'll feel regret, not because you shamed her, because you rose without her. You are not broken. You are becoming. Every mistake, a lesson. Every heartbreak, a redirection. Every silent night, a setup for your comeback. Stop chasing women who make you beg for scraps of attention. Start building a life so full, so rich, so magnetic that the right woman doesn't just find you. She fights to keep you. You deserve a love that chooses you daily, that sees you, that matches your energy, that doesn't need to be chased because it never thinks of leaving. So breathe. Stand tall. Work on you, not for her, for you. Because the most attractive thing a man can be is unshakably himself. You made it to the end. That says everything about you. You didn't click away. You didn't scroll past. You stayed. You listened. And that's the first sign of real change. This isn't just another video. This is your turning point. The moment you stop losing love and start building something that lasts. If this hit you like it, right now, subscribe because we drop videos like this every single day. And comment below, which mistake hurt me the most? Be honest. You're not alone. Your words might be the wake-up call someone else desperately needs. And if you're ready to go deeper, watch this video. It's the perfect next step. Shows you how women really think, what makes them stay, and which red flags mean run. You're not broken. You're becoming. And that's more powerful than you know. See you in the next one.